of triangles. So I'm going to explain how we get the area formula for a triangle, and then I'll show you how we use it. So here's a triangle, and the area formula of a triangle is based on the fact that every triangle is exactly half the area of a rectangle with the same base and height. We know how to find the area of this whole rectangle because we found that before. It was area equals length times width, the two dimensions that are at right angles to each other. But if I do these two multiplied together, I'll get the area of this whole rectangle. The triangle only takes up half of it, so the area of a triangle is the length of the base times the height, and then divide that by 2. Sorry about bumping the desk. Just going to check whether your textbook uses a very slightly different form of the formula. They do. The way that they write it is, it means exactly the same thing, is area equals half times base times height. But they mean the same thing, so you can have area equals base times height divided by 2. Now, the only tricky thing about the triangles is working out which is the base and which is the height. And the rule that you must know is that base and height are at right angles. So when you're finding the two dimensions that you need to use this formula, the base and the height, it's going to be base and height, the ones that are at the right angle. This one here doesn't have a right angle touching it, so this part of the triangle isn't needed. So when we're finding the area of triangles, here I've got a triangle, the base and the height is shown in the middle, and I can see that they're at right angles, so I need this dimension and this dimension. You write your formula. I'll start with the first formula for this one. It doesn't matter which one you want to use. Half times base times height. So you must write the formula, equal signs underneath each other, still keep the half in there, times the base is 16 times the height is 5. Then that will be your last line of working, so we say it's the area, half 1 over 2, hop out of the fraction to get to here, times 16 times 5 equals 40. And we're doing area, so I need units squared, because I'm counting the number of squared centimeters that fit into that space. So my steps are formula, substitute the values, solve, and write units. Formula, substitute the values, get the answer, and write the units squared. Now for this triangle, they've given me 3 lengths, and I have to choose the ones that are the base and the height, the two that are at right angles to each other. There's the right angle, so the two that are touching the right angle are these two. I can ignore this one. It doesn't matter which is the base and which is the height, as long as I know they're at right angles. Steps are, write the formula. I'll use the other formula for this one. Base times height divided by 2, because dividing by 2 is the same as multiplying by a half. Substitute the values. 24 times 7 divided by 2. Finish with the answer, 24 times 7 divided by 2. That is 84. And I need units squared. We're in meters, so I'm in meters squared.